Hello and welcome back to Noche Luna 777. I go by Leash and I am doing something a little different today. I wanted to talk about some energies that have been consistently coming up as a theme over the last week or so. And I just have been getting confirmations on my timeline. Mind you, these are things that are like coming up for me, and I'm not speaking about them. So for me to see them on my timeline and hear it being brought up over and over across several different platforms, it's just prompting me to talk about it here on the channel. So today we're going to do a pick a stone reading, but before we do the pick a stone reading, I just want to talk about 2021 to 2022 and resurfacing emotions, dreams, and fears. So the download that I received, I wrote it down and then I'm going to freestyle a little bit, but 2021 was, I wrote wash, a timeline split, but was a timeline split where a lot of us, I don't know if there was like a rinsing or a washing or a cleansing of a timeline, but take that how that resonates. But for this collective, right, um, that I'm getting these downloads for, let me know if you resonate in the comments and what has been coming up for you as of late. But starting with 2020, it was a timeline split where a lot of us had to make a decision whether we wanted to remain in our old lives or familiar lives and ways of being, or shift into the newer version that we had been creating since 2017, around 2017, 2018. A lot of us began our walk into our spirituality around this time. Those of us who chose to remain in the familiar timeline shifted from pursuing calling to acts of service. So when you were faced with this opportunity to either shift into a new timeline or stay with the familiar, um, take into account, if you can remember that, or if it's resonating for you, taking account of what was occurring in your life at that time is very important, and you should call that forward to the front so that you can re-examine it. So for me, the theme there resonates with um, an opportunity or opportunities that have lend themselves to me as of lately. And I was taken back to that time and kind of comparing mindsets, comparing feelings, comparing thoughts, um, with my old self as opposed to my new self. But I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm going to continue to read. So if you chose to stay on the familiar timeline, you shifted from pursuing your calling, which was the new timeline version that you were creating, into acts of service. Now, these acts of service in the familiar timeline that you chose to stay in were related to karmic debts that needed to be paid to yourself and to others. So, for the next few years, there was a refinement stage or era where you were placed in an observatory position rather than an actively doing position when it came to your purpose and your calling. So for me, I shifted more so from personal pursuits to tend and care for my family. And also in that, I also leaned more into domestication and preparing myself to be in union. Well, I was in union, but I was doing it with the notion and the idea and the concept that I was preparing and also fine tuning what it looks like to be the matriarch of a household, right? Okay, where was I? The thing that drove you to remain in the familiar timeline became the catalyst in cleaning up karma for the next couple of years. So from 2020, if you stayed on your familiar timeline, um, whatever it was that drove you to stay on the timeline was the catalyst for cleaning up the karmic debt. And this could have affected you with familial karmic debt, financial karmic debt, relational karmic debt, and karmic debt around self-worth. The shadow also became unavoidable, and your faith in the divine and self was tested, and you also proved to yourself that you were able to overcome the emotions and the fear and the anxiety of change, the anxiety and the fear of being worthy, the anxiety and the fear of stepping into the unknown. So essentially, excuse me, that's confirmation. I burped. I'm so sorry. So essentially, what caused you to choose the familiar timeline was fear of the unknown, fear of being unworthy, fear of leaving people behind, and also fear of not being able to manage and handle a newer set of responsibilities that came with the new timeline. It's almost like you projected all the way out to the attainment of whatever it is that your purpose and your calling was driving you to, and there was a hesitation or a hiccup, or this is where the unresolved shadow began to rear its ugly head. And it actually worked out in your favor if you are part of this collective, because even though you chose the safe route, the familiar route, divine had a way of proving to you or showing you or revealing to you that just because something is safe and familiar doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be fulfilling. Just because it's familiar and safe does not mean that you are going to receive some type of recognition and reward for doing something for the greater good as opposed to doing something that God is calling you to do. So with that being said, we are going to get into the prayer, and then we are going to get into the pick a stone reading. I'm going to pull an oracle card, and then we're going to get some clarifiers from the tarot for each stone. Divine Mother and Father of the highest frequency of love and authenticity, guide me and surround me in your protection. Allow my guides to assist me in this reading. May it be clear, may it be true, may it be understood in love, and may it bring peace, and so it is. Ashe. Okay, so first up we have stone number 1, And we're going to use the Rose Oracle deck for the overall energy for group 1 that chose stone number 1. So just sit with the stone, look at the image, take a couple of breaths. As I was meditating with this stone, I did get an image of a dolphin. So some of you who are part of this group collective, you may have a special relationship with dolphins. Dolphins may be significant to you or for you. Okay, so we got 2 cards that popped out here. The Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. And Temple of the Rose, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. Okay, group number 1, what's coming through for me is that there is a need, or there has been a sudden sense of forgiveness, of being soft and gentle with yourself, truly healing inner child wounds of abandonment, shame, anger. And the root chakra is also coming up for you as well. There may have been a blockage in your root chakra. Some of you may have even some issues with sciatic nerve pain or lower back issues that are rooted in some blocked root energy that needs to be expressed, and also connected to the forgiveness of self. So we're going to get some clarifiers here. Please clarify the Rose Garden, innocence, forgiveness, be gentle with yourself. So the Ace of Cups just flew out. So yeah, there's a new offer of love, self-love here. There's an opportunity to love yourself, to get better acquainted with yourself on a deeper level here. That is going to lead to a heart chakra awakening and opening. We get a Temple of the Rose clarifier, ancient power, expression, activation, scarlet codes. Some of you may be going away on a girls' trip, or just holding space with other feminine energies. This is going to be healing for you. This is going to have you, you're going to have an opportunity to have a breakthrough, an emotional breakthrough, or even just find community and understanding in something that you may not have been able to easily express to people in the past, or those that you are normally around. I don't know if you will be gathering with a group of familiar females. For some of you, yes, like maybe a close friend group, but then for another group of you, it will be a whole new community of women that you are now embracing and stepping into. The divine is actually leading the way in this, so that you can gather yourself around more feminine energy, because this is very important for the healing of the root chakra and the healing that is taking place of your inner child here. We've got the 8 of Swords. So yeah, this is fast acting, fast-paced movement into healing. It's also a lot of communication here. So a lot of discussions. You may be listening to podcasts around, childhood trauma, or just speaking about, women's issues here. Group 1. Anything else, Divine Spirit? We're going to get a Divine Feminine Oracle with the final message. You're calling me to this deck. Thank you, Spirit. I did not really know how I was going to pull cards for this reading. This is all divinely orchestrated for this to be the reading for tonight. So I'm going with the flow, and I am happy to have you with me. What's the divine feminine energy that can be utilized for group 1? Divine feminine energy that would like to step forward for group 1. Okay. All right, so 3 divine feminines have stepped forward for group 1. The first one is, and I might butcher these names, I'm so sorry. Inanna, the Queen of Heaven and Earth. And she says, I have nothing to hide. I see and accept all that I am. Yeah, Inanna is stepping forward to reaffirm that every and anything that you have endured, been through, experienced in your life, they keep bringing me back to the inner child. There may have been something that has happened to some of you in this group and collective that has happened in your childhood that is keeping you stuck, keeping you stagnant, keeping you from fully stepping into your femininity and expressing yourself. And she is here to say that seeing and accepting all that you are and not hiding behind the pain and the trauma is going to assist in your healing. The next divine feminine that has stepped forward is Yemaya, the goddess of all that flows. I am ocean. I'm an ocean of creative energy. I give birth to what exists within me. Ashe. So this is I know a little bit about this deity. She's a water entity. So this may be where the dolphins are coming through. You may want to look into what the spiritual significance of dolphins are, or the relationship to Yemaya. There may be some ties and connections there as well, or even listening to dolphin frequencies, like dolphin calls while you're sleeping for some subliminal activation. It may be very healing for you, group 1. And lastly, Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. So yes, so with Mary of Nazareth, and her being the sacred Virgin Mary, If there is needing to be a renewal in the soul and the spirit, where you need to become a virgin again, in a sense of your innocence, you may want to call on Mary of Nazareth to cleanse you and also to revitalize and replenish those areas of you that may have been tainted, violated, and did I hear desecrated? Desecrated. And I'm holding space for you. Those of you that are in group 1 that have experienced any type of trauma related to any type of violation in that sense. I'm here for you. We're here for you. I'm sending you lots of love and light. Okay, group number 2, those who chose stone number 2, as I was meditating and getting the cards ready, a song popped up in my head. It's called You by Ro James. There may be somebody in your energy group too that is truly desiring you. They can't get you off of their mind. They think about you 24/7, 365. This may be somebody that you are just now getting to know, not necessarily a stranger or a brand new person, but this is somebody that you have not really had a lot of communication with. Maybe could be like a friend of a family or an acquaintance of an acquaintance, or somebody that you just knew in passing but never really had an opportunity to cross paths with them until recently. But they are really taken with you, group 2. That is just a downloaded message. But we're gonna pull the oracle and see if the message comes through, or if that was just for some of you. But I couldn't get past the song just randomly popping up in my head. So maybe that's a specific message for one person, but we'll see. Divine, what is the oracle message for group 2? What is the oracle message for the collective that chose group 2? Stone number 2. Okay, the bud has come out. It says potential, promise, it's about to happen, keep going. So the image on this card is very interesting. It's like a kaleidoscope image where it's the same image but flipped on the other side, but it's a woman. The image is 2 women, but it's almost like their bodies are coming together. Their lower halves of their bodies are coming together. So Divine Feminines in group 2, what do y'all got going on? Somebody have a girl crush? I was kind of getting that. But with the song download, and I'm like, ooh, somebody has a crush. But we're gonna get clarifiers. But yeah, the potential is there. The potential is there with this person, group 2. I wasn't anticipating love to be part of this pick a stone reading, but I love it. Who doesn't love love, right? Or the potential and the promise of it. It's about to happen. Keep going. So there may be a hesitancy. Maybe some of you in this collective Divine Feminine have not really had a lot of experience with the same sex relationships, or even just being intimate with somebody of the same sex, if if that's what's happening here. um that's what it looks like to me in the card, but that's what they're showing me. Yeah. Oh, there's also two women with no clothes on in this card as well, so go figure. Can we get clarifiers for the bud? Oh, it's like the beginning. It's like the budding of a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be romantic and sexual. It can also be um, just a very close friendship. A very close friendship where the two of you are gelling together. It's like the meeting of the minds, the heart, and the soul, right? So, for those of you who this is a new person, relatively new person, you guys can also be kindred spirits. Yeah, can be kindred spirits. Can we clarify the bud? Group 2. Y'all do not want me to get up in y'all business at all. Okay. So what came out is Justice, the Lovers, and the Ace of Wands. Yeah. Okay. So I'm seeing this two ways. So for a group of you, there is definitely a romantic situation going on here. There's a lot of passion in between the two of you. You both are mutually attracted to one another. There is a hesitancy for either the both of you or one of you, where you are kind of weighing the options of the possibility of taking this to the next level. I'm hearing someone say, I don't want to take this too far, right? So there is deep and heavy contemplation here, but with Justice coming out and the Lovers coming out, major arcanas, this relationship dynamic is something that is a part of your character development. This is something that is transformative. This is a particular experience that is necessary to have, or it's not coincidental that you are in this, that you are having this experience. This is something that has been written for you. And, we all have free will. You have the choice to choose, but this is not something that is a coincidence or just happened because you were bored. No, this is something that is transformative for you and or the other person. So that's for the romantic side. For the friendship side, yeah, this person has the potential to be the yin to your yang. They balance you out. You both have a mental connection. You both stimulate each other mentally. You both speak the same language. You are on the same page, but different at the same time. But the differences are celebrated and not put down or dismissed, right? You both respect each other for your magnetic minds, I'm hearing. And with this friendship, there is the potential for a lot of things to get done, a lot of collaboration to get done, and you have the potential to push each other forward into new opportunities, is what I'm getting. Okay, we're gonna get the final message. See what divine feminine energy wants to come forward for group 2. Okay. So we've got the cosmic egg, the divine feminine. It says, I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever expanding love. And then we have Miao Shan, the princess of mercy. Giving is receiving. The energy of the universe is merciful. So so for the romantic aspect of it, of the group, I'm like stumbling over my words here. So for those of you who are experiencing some sort of romantic attraction to another feminine energy, the two energies that have come out here from the divine feminine oracle, wow, I'm like at a loss for words here. It's so weird. Let me take a sip of my water. There's no need to have any guilt or shame around the connection. So whether it's you or whether it's the other person, ooh, you guys may have had past life relationships with each other. And it may have been same sex, it may have been opposite sex. It doesn't matter. The energy that's coming through here is that this is something that is greater than our present timeline. Like, your souls have known each other for a long time and have been in relation with one another. You have been connected to each other in past lives. So that's for the group that is romantically involved. Now for the friendship group, this friendship, like I said, this is just doubling down on the message of there being advancement because of the mental connection that you both have, and the ability to stimulate and support and push forward one another to manifest things that are goals and dreams that probably had the potential, but we just didn't have the support system needed, the encouragement needed. And in this relationship, there's a lot of giving, and because of the giving, there's also a lot of receiving happening as well. And it's a very reciprocal energy, and this is beautiful. All right, group 2, that was your message. Okay, group number 3. For those of you who chose stone number 3, you are last but not least. And we are getting into the Rose Oracle. Oh, group number 2. This is too many. Group number 2, I didn't get any flippers. It was almost like I was in their business and they didn't want me in it. And Group number 3, you guys want to spill some tea, like cards are flying out here and there, but I just need one. Just need one, Spirit. Thank you. For group number 3, the collective that chose stone number 3. Okay, I've got Brothers of the Rose, sacred masculine, honor, protection, support. Okay, some of you in group number 3 are expecting, and there's a lot of protective masculine energy surrounding you at this time, whether it be in the physical or in the spiritual realm. This could be a family member that has crossed away, in particular, obviously your brother. I'm getting a father and a grandfather coming through as well. For some of you, it could just be you birthing something into our realm and reality. Maybe this is a business or some sort of an idea and invention. And I'm seeing a throat chakra activation here. So maybe you are tapping more into your masculine energy to speak up and protect yourself, I'm hearing, and protect what is sacred to you. So that is the download that I'm getting from the Rose Oracle deck, but we're going to get some clarifiers here. I'm also seeing a significant other praying for your protection. Someone may be concerned about you, concerned about your health, and they're in a protective mode. Excuse me, that's confirmation. I just burped and yawned at the same time. Lord have mercy. Can we get some clarifiers for the Brothers of the Rose Oracle? This is specific to someone. You may have brothers that are from a fraternity that is aligned with your sorority, and they are supporting you in some way. I'm hearing fundraising, but that's a very specific message. They may be coming together in secrecy, planning some sort of celebration for you at this time. Sorry if I'm spoiling it, but thank you, Spirit. Okay, we have the High Priestess, the Star, and the Five of Cups. Yeah, so your intuition is on 10 right now, group 3. There is a yearning here. I'm seeing that you've been doing a lot of praying. You may have been trying to connect with your father, could be your heavenly father, but I'm seeing here just a desire to have more strength. Maybe it's strength in a situation, maybe it's just strength on a day-to-day basis. Oh, excuse me. It's late and my energy is going down. I'm sorry, group 3. I'm gonna push through. But yeah, there's an opening, there's a channeling. You may also be experiencing dreams where you're encountering a lot of masculine energy. And they are giving you instructions or telling you specific things in the dream. And it is important that when you wake up, for some of you. This is not for everybody. This is a specific message again. But it's important that you keep a pen and paper or a journal by your bed, and you write down whatever it is that you are being instructed to do while you're in the dream realm. This is going to help with any type of lack mentality that you are feeling when it comes to your emotions. There, you may have been, or you're currently in a energy of kind of, it's not a nostalgic feeling, but it's almost like yearning for past situations and scenarios, and you may be just looking at things in your past and wishing that things could have been different. I'm hearing make better choices here. Can I get more on the Five of Cups, please? Tell me more about the Five of Cups and this Brother of the Rose. Two of Wands. Yeah, you guys are in waiting right now. You guys are waiting for something to improve, something to get better. But with the Two of Wands coming out in this image here that I'm seeing, the waiting is also a period of protection, which is going back to the Brothers of the Road. There is heavy protective masculine energy around you at this time. And because there are plans that need to be put in place, you are making plans. There may be travel in your future as well. So I'm hearing that, I keep hearing calling on the Heavenly Father. So now it's making sense to me, because when I was meditating on the stone for you guys' group, I kept seeing a house or a home, and now it's making sense to me. The Father's house. And my mic went out, but I didn't realize it, and I drew a divine feminine oracle card, and it's the Shekinah. So you have the divine presence of the Shekinah here with the message of the Heavenly Father. Group 3, a lot of you in this collective are not strangers to the Bible. And some of you need to step back into a church and hear a divine message, or hear a message from some masculine energy. There, you may need to listen to some sermons, scriptures, podcasts. There's just a heavy Christian energy surrounding group 3. And I say this with love, and not for anyone to be offended or feel like, they're being ignored or excluded from this reading, because it's heavily based on principles of Christianity, and just referencing the Bible. But another theme for the week has been about listening to the message without shooting the messenger. Like, we got to step outside of ourselves and our egos at some point, especially if you are part of my collective that I read and I channel for. We are truth seekers. It does not matter where the truth comes from. Truth is truth. So if it resonates with you and with your soul and your soul's frequency, it doesn't matter if it's coming from Christianity, if it's coming from Judaism, if it's coming from Taoist, if it's coming from Islam. Like, it does not matter. So with that being said, group number 3, this is your reading. If the messages resonated with you. I am so delighted and thank you for listening and